Reallyfe Street Starz. Hold on, baby.
They already lit before we even got started, bitch. They already for y'all something.
You full of
What is in that cup, Dooney?
No, we're not gonna start there today. We're gonna do a proper introduction today.
Let's do it.
We're gonna start out with Jeff. You're gonna start us out. And then we're gonna start with Bishop.
I think he high already, Jeff.
Oh,
Cool.
man.
I'm listening.
On the preacher, they get high. Boy, you play too much.
Can we get started? This Dooney the priest, Dooney the barber. You know what I'm saying? And this is Reallyfe Street Starz with the street bishop. Y'all know what the fuck going on. That point.
Do you agree with that, Bishop? Do you agree with cursing?
Man, I don't agree with nothing he doing. He got so much stuff on. He confused me. He got his cup. He got the I don't know what's up. And he got the cross. I don't know if you're a gangster, crip, or priest, or what. But
here we go,
be like,
you talking about my sacred gear again. Here we go.
No,
now, bitch, you carried this cane up here, and I told you, you gotta watch. You gotta stop watching. You gotta watch when you touch that man.
I'm Bishop be like Jacob. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah. So they got me here with this priest of the streets, man. It's really funny.
How many times is too many times to pass around the collection plate at the church, man?
Good play.
Oh, he just started.
Yeah.
He just started it up, man.
You know
he didn't go attack the church like that.
No, he ain't taking the church.
Oh, man, about the money, though. Okay.
Jeff,
Here we go. Talk to me. I'm gonna let you answer that one first.
I answer that.
Okay.
I answer that. It's the same way when you passing around anything. You know, how many times you gonna pay your light bill? How many times you gonna pay your car note?
We gonna pay it once a month.
That's right. Once a month, but it adds up. Whatever that once a month is, you got to pay it. So it's the same way with church. Church got to pay bills just like everybody else. I don't know why people think that when people pass around the what you call that plate is a problem. But I just think that some people do it because a lot of people think people get money in church. Dollars hang at two places. They hang at the strip club and they hang in the church. So a lot of times you see people standing up. People don't know 8% of people give their tithes. And so if you're trying to run a church, you better make sure you be a wise man in business. Business, it's a business side for ministry too. So a lot of times people want to criticize the church when they give, but there's all kind of organization that you got to have money to keep it functioning. So some people, if they bring the giving plate around twice, pretty much they didn't get it the first time. But some churches don't. Some churches, fortunately, they got millionaires. These small churches, boy, they struggling. They robbing Peter to pay Paul. They better can keep their bills paid.
You know what you mean by that? They robbing Peter to pay Paul. You talking about small churches?
Yeah,
like
small churches. I had somebody call me today and say, hey, I need somebody to pay my rent. I said, who are you? I just Googled your name and I said, baby, I brag and pay my bills. I don't pay your bill, And I said, but the church ain't designed to pay your bills.
Hold on, wait a minute, Pastor. But some people would disagree with that because the church take up tithes and offerings, and
but
there should be meat in the storehouse.
You missed.
Okay, talk to us.
It ain't no meat in the storehouse.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, what does the Bible mean then when it says that?
Well, because you got robbed. The Bible said, "Would a man rob God?"
That's Malachi, chapter 3, verse 10.
He used the word.
Yeah, I think.
Let's
come on, let's talk about it. You got the word.
He
y'all.
used the word rob. Will a man rob God? Yeah, he will. So if you robbing your church, you robbing God. Then how's going to be meat in the house? Make some sense.
So you saying sometimes a lot of people can't afford to pay their tithes and offerings, or they not paying?
And they ain't afford. They not just paying.
They just not doing it.
If you go buy a wig and you buy some booty and titties and some white teeth, you can pay your tithe. They got money for butt and
Do y'all think y'all are the two rawest preachers around?
Yeah, hell yeah, we the two rawest.
Okay, so we can get it to anything.
Yeah, anything.
Okay,
hold on, Jeff. I gotta check on
okay,
Jeff. I ain't never check you on this, Jeff. I'm gonna check. Please don't call him a preacher. Because if you call him a preacher,
you right.
Now I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
This
and don't call him a priest.
That's right.
All right. So
what's the proper terms for this?
Call him.
Here we go, y'all.
Call him.
Why I just can't be a believer like you?
Bishop confused.
Okay.
Bishop confused. Okay.
Yeah, he's bishop confused.
Then you gonna have all the comments about Bishop confused. Don't y'all put them in the comments.
No. Before, I don't want to get on you.
Okay.
I am confused. I like it. You have too many different signs on, so I'm confused. I don't know how to approach it.
We got to move on out there because we done did this like 3 or 4 times. We got to move on. Whenever I'm gonna say this, Jeff, and then I want you to go to those questions you was about to ask. Okay, we're not finna do this. Not on this one.
Okay.
But one would, if they not confident in whom or what they believe in, then it's always a question now. Yeah. And I don't have a question anymore. But let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Oh,
let's go. Look, this interview is gonna go in several different directions.
Let's go.
All right, because we got some guys from the streets, but also saved.
Okay.
Right? So first and foremost, we got to attack what's going on in the city. We're going to start there. Dallas. We live here.
Dallas.
You know what I'm saying? And Dallas has been a hot topic for a while now.
Yeah.
Dallas.
Shout out to Doug.
First and foremost, I want to talk about grown man versus street man, right? Because I feel like in hip hop, we're seeing that we're not allowed to grow, right? So we're going to take this Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty situation, right? It's very layered, in my opinion. So we're going to start at number one. We have a situation where Pooh Shiesty robs Gucci Mane. Pooh Shiesty is being celebrated for robbing Gucci Mane for what is perceived to be him having a bad contract and not letting him out that contract. First and foremost, let's start here. The psychology of everybody praising Pooh Shiesty, right? What do y'all think about that?
You go first.
You want me to go first? I'll go ahead and go first because I know Bishop, he ready to preach that thing. I would say this, that the streets have a code, okay? And so what the streets question is, do Gucci Mane, most likely just listening to this story and seeing it on the news, is Gucci Mane gonna live by the street code, or is Gucci Mane allowed to grow up and maybe put the flag down? I'm gonna say that.
Right.
And I'm gonna say that. So that's what the question is in the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you from the streets and you talk the streets, you know what I'm saying? But can one get out the streets? That's what the question is.
Yeah. So what is your answer to that?
My answer to that is
because you seemingly made it out the streets.
I made it out the streets. Again, I believe Gucci made it out the streets. But you got to understand, you have a young man that's still in the streets and just have a record deal. And so he still has that mentality. And maybe Gucci Mane was a mentor of his. And so the streets have a certain code than civilians. And so when you get out the street, you become a civilian. And you can't dibble and dabble, okay? Because the streets is real out here. It's really real in the streets. People have lost loved ones in the streets. I've lost loved ones in the street. RPK, man. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is this, that you got a young man, and he's old enough to be my son. You know what I'm saying? So I'm considered an elder, according to my age, you know, with not only knowledge and wisdom, but age as well. And so I would say this, because of his upbringing and because of whom shaped him in music. You know what I'm saying? If Gucci Mane was one of them, and then he had a record deal with him, someone like that. And so now, do we stay street with it, or do we go business? Because I'm not a businessman. I'm a young street nigga first. Okay? And then Gucci Mane was him 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But now Gucci Mane is a businessman. So do he stay street, or do he do something else? That's the question. Me, I did something else. I would have took the young brother and just, you know, we had to negotiate it. Now, I got to say this. When his daddy came with him, because it said his daddy was with him. Pooh Shiesty's daddy was with him. I think his father.
He was there.
He was there.
Yeah.
I believe he was there just to make sure everything went cool and calm, because I'm pretty sure his dad is a little closer to my age. And so I don't believe it was that type of altercation. But I don't know what all went down there, and so the facts are still coming out, but that's just my thing on it. You have a young man that's talking to an older man whom he look up to. They got a mutual contract agreement together, whom the young man feel it should still be street. And the older man is saying, nah, it don't work like that, because we have a binded contractual agreement that says this. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it lies.
That didn't answer my question at all, though.
Oh,
I asked,
so did.
what do you feel about niggas praising Pooh Shiesty?
Yeah.
The niggas that's praising Pooh Shiesty are real life street niggas. Period. It ain't nothing else to be said about it, because other than that, you talking too goddamn much. They real life street niggas. Period. It ain't no switching over. They sworn over to it. It ain't no dropping the flag. They gone. It is what it is. So either you're gonna be a street nigga or you're gonna be a civilian. You can't be both. I grew up with them all. Civilian, and I'm a civilian.
Can you go from street to civilian though?
And that's what God come in at. That's why I went.
So what you'll do now?
What I do now, with the way these young...
If you was a Gucci man and I put that pistol to your head and make you try to make you sign a contract and take your jewelry, what you gonna do?
Well, first of all, if you put the pistol to my head, we already had some type of previous conversation, or I already know why you putting that pistol to my head.
I'm asking you. What
that's what I'm saying. We're gonna discuss it first.
No, I ain't discussing. I'm bust you across your head, take your
Well,
jewelry.
it is what it is.
Okay,
because that means they got to that point. We already had a previous discussion. I believe him and Gucci man already
Okay,
talked.
we ain't talking about that. If I do that to you, what you gonna do after I get away and do that? You gonna keep it street?
Am I gonna keep it street?
Or you gonna go to the God?
If I'm in the streets again,
you gonna pray on it? You gonna turn it up?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna keep it street. But if I'm not in the streets no more, I've made better
you ain't
decisions.
in the street. You Gucci. You in the street.
Well, now we got to sit down and try to explain with all the, with minds around us what's going on. But like I said previously, before he pulled a pistol out on it, it was already some shit already going down. Ain't nobody just gonna come and it's a contract agreement. Them discussions have already been made. I can promise you that. Because I did business. I'm a businessman.
You didn't answer the question. You talking about what they would have done. I'm asking you what you gonna do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What I would do, Bishop, because I know me and because I'm the way I do business, that's how I could calculate it.
So what you
now, according to Gucci come up different than I come up
Forget
with.
Gucci. What you gonna do? You Gucci now. What you gonna do?
I can't be Gucci because Gucci is Gucci. I'm speaking for Dooney the priest.
Speak for Dooney. So what you gonna do?
Your question, now you need to let him answer the question. You know why? No. You know why? Because this ain't got nothing to do with me.
Let me tell you something, man.
This got something to do with our concept.
Listen,
that's my concept.
He asked you a question. You ain't even answer.
I did answer.
Y'all do too much faking and shaking.
Well, you gonna give us a real scoop. Give us a real scoop.
That's why the world like it is, man. You got dudes like this dude trying to show out in front of the camera. If I think, first of all, Pooh Shiesty, I think he retarded. First of all.
Yeah,
I think anybody.
You don't
need to talk for me. You didn't want to say nothing. I'm gonna say something. I think that he done went to prison. He trying to impress somebody, and he done heard how Suge Knight had got people out of contract and used the gangster role, and so he done got down there, ain't learned nothing, and so I think that anybody in that situation is saying that I'm gonna start using that when somebody do something stupid. I'm saying you're doing a Pooh Shiesty move, cause crash dummy, and so. The thing is, first of all, man, you one of the hottest dude out. You know, people glorify people that been locked up anyway. So, your record's gonna sell, And so you ain't got to even say too much. You just, they glorified in that. And second, if I was a Gucci man, listen, man, all the stuff I did at my young age, I did it out of ignorance. I was stupid. I was young and dumb. When you done got out the streets, when you done got educated, you gonna let a dude play you off the street because you taught my street code? I mean, I'm in the dude, if I don't use my head, I'm talking about today, that they gonna trick me off the street. Just the other day, some fool stole my wood that I built a house with, and I wanted to go street code. But I can't go street code because I'm gonna lose my family, I'm gonna lose what I stand for, and everything. But I thought about it. I ain't gonna fake and shake. And
so you went civilian?
Man, I went whatever.
So you civilian, but you go street when you have to.
Hold on, I don't need you talking for me, because you scared to say what you want to say. You trying to.
Well, you asking me questions.
Okay, but watch this though.
How you gonna get your feelings?
When you talking about Pooh Shiesty, when you talking about Gucci man, what does street code got to do with if somebody put a pistol in my head, somebody robbed me for my jewelry? That's what Pooh Shiesty thought. He thought that he can get away. He thought the people gonna respect the street code. He made it came in there, tried to talk to him, and the man said, "No, man, I can't let you out no contract." He got his crowd.
You don't know what happened.
Okay, I'm just thinking. I don't know what happened. But
so you can't put yourself down. So get what? What would Bishop do?
Let me.
What would you do?
Okay, I'm finna get to that.
I'm asking you the same question.
I didn't interrupt you.
Okay.
Why you interrupt me?
You kept asking me what I do.
Okay, no. Watch this.
Okay.
So. He made it came in there. I'm just imagining, and it didn't go out like he thought it was gonna come out. So it ended up getting violent. Here's the thing, though, man. Everybody talking about is Gucci man. Is he gonna keep a street code? Gucci man would look like a fool if you allow this man to play him out of everything he worked for. You got a family, and you gonna worry about the street code. The street code ain't gonna get you out of jail. The street code ain't gonna get you no lawyer. The street code ain't gonna get you out that grave. The street code ain't gonna do none of that. Forget a street code. Man, I live by that stupid street code stuff. If you do something to me, I don't care how I get revenge. I don't care how I get you. I just want to make sure I get what's mine.
So if he got that pistol to your head, again, what would you do?
He got that pistol in my head. I might sign the contract. I might sign the contract, and I got signed the contract. Listen here.
But when you signed that contract, you weren't gangster. You turned civilian to sign that contract.
I'm gonna tell you what
you know why? Because you said, hey, you made a civilized conversation. You said, hey, man, I don't want to get killed right now. I'm gonna sign this contract. You weren't gangster then. You weren't gangster now. So you just said, put yourself there. I put you there.
Retarded.
Oh, now I'm retarded.
See, I'm gonna say how you retarded.
You gotta get retarded. He called him out my name.
No, I ain't calling y'all name. I'm sorry, retarded.
And I don't think that's right.
Okay, let's go. Wait, this goes to my next point.
That's not cool. You need to bleep that. You need to take that out. You don't need to call him retarded.
If you put a pistol to your head, you telling me that you ain't gonna sign. You want to be gangster? You retarded. If they bust you across the head with that pistol, you need to get busted across the head because you trying to impress folk. Anybody impressing folk? A nigga won't put a pistol to my head. I'ma say you win, baby. You caught me slipping. But the afterlife is between me and my thoughts. But you telling me I'm a buck a pistol, and because I want to show everybody I'm gangster.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you. It had before he pulled that pistol on you. It already was a previous conversation that already took place. Now the next time we meet, it's up. When you in business. You got, hey man, that's a marriage contract. They just ain't having sex with each other, but shit. Contract is a contract. When you sign your name and bind your some shit with somebody, whether it's a woman, a man, or business. But anyway.
But my thing about this whole thing, right, is that we've never seen a victim get more crucified for being a victim, dog. I mean, he's the one that's going through it, yet everybody's saying
that's why I keep touching on street stuff.
That's why
that's street shit.
That's why that's retarded folks. That's people who ain't never been nowhere. People who ain't got nothing. Them the people that talk.
I gotta give me another drink.
Don't care about what these folks saying because they ain't nobody. These folks from the street. I always learn never look down to try to get some answers. Always look up. Who these people down here? Hey man, you gonna play yourself because you worrying about a street code? Y'all play too much, man. I see these same dudes that say they gangster. You get them in certain position, they'll tell it on their own mama. They stop playing. I seen dudes ain't got no pistol to their head. You talking about sending them to prison, they give up everybody. So they ain't got no pistol to their head. So when you got a pistol to your head, you say a whole lot of stuff that you say you won't do. Let me put the pistol to your head, then you'll find out. Everybody talk that gangster talk. But boy, if you got you think somebody's stupid, he had to be stupid enough to come in like the way he came in. He's stupid enough to come in and you got cameras everywhere. You know, a crash dummy line to do anything, man. You came with cameras on, you know, and the cameras everywhere. I don't underestimate these young so-called gangsters. They ain't no gangster to me. They studio gangsters.
So what is your definition of a gangster?
A gangster, I'm glad you said that. A gangster is somebody that can look up to a man and say, I'm wrong. A gangster is somebody that can say, excuse me. A gangster is somebody that can say, hey man, that ain't for us. Because let me tell you why. You set aside your pride, you set aside your ego. You're not a gangster because you can run around and shoot somebody or beat somebody up. I done seen that. I done seen what guys done rob dudes and they not a gangster. They get in penitentiary. Oh, I hate to say that. They run that meat up in them. So you hear all kind of stuff about folks saying they gangster. I seen gangsters run around, so-called gangsters, put on Crips and Blood, but they get in that penitentiary, they switch game. They're Crip on this unit, and they get on another unit, they're Blood on this unit. So when y'all holler about these guys as gangsters, they really not gangster. I seen Whack 100. Everybody say he's an OG. Look at him. He getting information out of people, and he's going around really helping them with cases by the question he asked. And they respect him as a gangster. Come on, man. I don't see that. I don't see these guys as gangster to me. I think a real gangster is someone can be himself and don't need no help. A real gangster don't need no help. Now, what they call gangster now, you got guys running up in the neighborhood shooting people. Man, I don't call that no gangster. You know what I'm saying? I really call that a joke to me. I don't think it's real. I don't think it is no gangster to me. He a gangster.
Let me say this. Excuse me. That my definition of a gangster, I would have to go back because I'm a 70s baby. So them Curtis Mayfield type of soundtrack movies and stuff like that, like the Mac and stuff like Dolomite, people like that, like those are kind of like my definition of gangsters when I was growing up.
That was pimps.
And then that was gangsters too. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know, don't get me to talk about those movies. But anyway, they was gangsters. So and then you have the 90s, I think gangsterism, when it comes to the attributes of being a gangster, is everybody does that because the game may change, but the players may change, but the game doesn't. Right. And so the gangsters, they still have those attributes, but it's just a new way of saying what a gangster is. And gang, you gotta understand that word gang is in the word gangster. So that means it's a group of like-minded people, or whatever it may be, whether it be righteous gang or unrighteous gang, it's a gang. It just depends on what type of activities y'all participate in.
So what make me a gangster though?
You gotta ask yourself that.
No, I already answered.
What make you a gangster? I said, what make you a gangster?
What make you a gangster?
I never said I was a gangster.
I'm saying what make you a gangster?
I don't want to be no gangster. I'm just saying my definition of a gangster.
I don't want you to get away from
you know what I'm saying?
What makes them a gangster?
What makes who a gangster?
Anybody. So-called gangster. Anybody.
It depends on what their definition of a gangster is. But me, I say a gangster involve themselves, again, in gang activity. That
make them a gangster?
Well, it's part of a gang activity, but a gangster is an individual.
Oh Lord, y'all.
Someone that hung with gang activity. Now, a gangster is someone that stands on the principles of what a gangster stands on.
What's the principle?
Which is on all 10 toes.
Like, what they stand on?
Shit, if we got order in place, the nigga get out of order, I'm gonna put it on his ass.
This what I want.
But anyway, I'm talking about one of them old school gangsters.
This what I want y'all to do.
The new gangsters, I don't hang with them. And I'm gonna let you move on. I don't hang with the school gangsters. I just know that gangsters that I really grew up with, and I gotta tell you that they not even on the internet like this.
And that's what I was gonna ask.
Real killers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the killers and the gorillas and you know, all y'all know what it is. Stand the fuck up. But I'm just saying, no, I know what the definition of a gangster is. But
so one of the things about this whole thing, right, that was eye-opening, right, is that when Gucci Mane made the diss song, right, quote unquote ratting, right, it broke a lot of people's heart. Isn't that, in a way, idolizing man, right? We're all they doing it. So when you see that, right, for a lot of people in their brains, oh, this rap shit is dead. Because Gucci Mane is, quote unquote, one of the highest tier rappers / gangsters we've seen. And a lot of people now are like lost, like, damn, we don't believe nobody in the rap shit. Everybody fake. What is your take on
that's a good question. Boy.
First of all, I'm a rapper, man. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by I'm a rapper, it's an art that's been in me for over 20-something years. Rather, I done had my spotlight, even in Pull Your Pants Up. I've had my viral moments. Right. And my scales, my lows and my highs. But to me now is therapeutic for me. So I go in, I'm sitting on all kind of albums and stuff and projects ain't released yet. But I say that to say this, that everyone has their audience, okay? Yeah. So rap music can never die. Yeah, like I said, that's just another mechanism that's moving on to where the method may change, or even some of the players may change. But hip hop itself will never die. You know, the reason why I say that is because I'm a goddamn 70 baby. And when you was 70 baby, I'm a borderline 70 baby, which I was born on 70. And so that means I was a teenager when hip hop came into effect. Right. When I say hip hop, it was a different element. It wasn't just rap music, it was poetry, it was graffiti, your clothing, it's all the DJ, all that shit is hip hop. So rap itself is just gonna continuously evolve. Now what we need to do is just put more positive information, you know what I'm saying, in the mainstream of hip hop, and some of the people that really control behind the scenes is not us. And so we, you know, that's a whole nother goddamn
You need
story.
pen and paper or something?
I don't need no pen and paper. I'm gonna say goddamn truth. And I ain't gonna say too much because shit, it might wake up. I ain't gonna say too much. I'm woke. I'm always high God.
You ain't
I'm always high God. But I thank God
let me say
God.
this here.
I love God.
I like what you said because first of all, you're right. Everybody look up to a certain so-called gangster or a gangster. First of all, you got to look at the generation that we living in. We live in a generation that's false, that's falsified.
Right.
Everybody pretend, everybody's showing guns in their video. all these falsified dudes, even if they brought up in their culture, they got it from somebody else. You're not born to be a killer. You're not born to be a gangster. So what they're doing, they responding to a low class people, and they responding to a small mind, a person. But when you see that, it only show you that matter what a person's hot gangster he say is. I seen gangster cry. They call gangster. I see them tell it on each other. I see gangsters. If you catch them slipping, oh man, I hate to say this. I remember I made a mistake coming up, and I did something real stupid. Everybody scared of this dude, and standing around. He's the toughest dude in the hood. But when I shoot him, everybody run hiding behind cars. But y'all gangsters. I was stupid enough to shoot somebody in broad daylight. Cost me 40 years. So was I a gangster? I think I was dumb. I did it because I was trying to impress these dudes that's around, because I feel like if I let them disrespect me and don't do nothing about it, they're gonna think something weak about me. So,
but some people could also say that's just being a man defending yourself, right?
No, that wasn't a man, because I could have walked away. It's not a man. A man is when you can go to a man and say, hey, Dooney, man, you have some problem, man. Let's talk this out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you see 50 Cent and what that dude named Tithe. They going back and forth on the internet. A man can call her, hey man, you know, we some empire dudes, man. We setting it down, man. We don't need to be doing this here, man. What's going on? If we want to make some money or do something, you know, brain it, we can do it that way. But at the same time, even if I knock him off, it still ain't gonna change nothing. He knocked me out, it still ain't gonna change nothing. So when you say you got Gucci Man way up here, and now he's supposed to respect the street code, that what Pooh Shiesty thought. Pooh Shiesty thought, Gucci Man, if I do this, Gucci Man gonna make him look bad.
Well, you said what I said earlier.
They gonna make him look bad.
But watch the same shit I said earlier.
Yeah. But
see, you saying you got diarrhea at the mouth.
Okay.
This is what I be talking about right here. But what you talking about, let's relate it to these young YNs now. You know what I'm saying? Can I just say something? It's gonna be in the script, okay? I would say this. Man, I trust my YNs. And the reason why I say that because they didn't have target practice. And when we was at war, I was gonna call President Trump. I was gonna ask him, can he come get all our YNs? Get them little niggas some nines with one of them switches, gold switches with a gold 100 round clip, and put it in there. Put them on the uniform, give them a check, drop their ass off over there, and tell them anything that don't look like you, that's a different color, is your op. Shoot it,
man! That's the most retarded thing in the world.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why it's retarded.
Okay,
you talking about YN? Them YN ain't nobody. Listen, man, I don't want to hear.
Well, they like to shoot.
They shoot each other. But I seen a white man go up and do something to a black man, and they stand there looking around. They ain't do nothing then.
Why they want to kill each other?
But y'all quick to kill each other. Come on, man. I don't want to hear that. Listen. A YN. I don't anybody care about that. Watch this here. These the same little brothers that run around talking about they gangster, but when they come down to certain other thing, they ain't gangster for that. So watch this. So I don't want to hear about cause you can go and shoot up your neighborhood or you can kill a black on black. Man, I don't care about none of that. That's just ignorant folks. You know, when they get caught, look at the 48 hours. Look at these shows where they be crying now. Want the judge to feel sorry for him. But you didn't feel sorry when you killed that baby. You didn't feel sorry when you shot up that whole house. You know what I'm saying? So you want us to say he was a good kid. No, he was a kid that was ignorant. I could say dummy, and he did something. And it is like it is, you know, you got to face up to reality because some people ain't gonna learn. I used to be that dummy. I used to be that kid running around with that pistol. But some of these kids, I got to give them benefit of the doubt. Some of them don't know better because they look up to these rappers. They think the only way I can come out the hood, the only way I'm gonna feel important, the only way I'm gonna feel like I'm a part of something, I got to do something stupid. I got to show all the youngsters showing they gun. They ain't got no money. They broke. And this boy doing the rap. The rest of them, they all broke. And he might get up. He might come up. He won't even buy him a car. And they all back and showing they gun. And come on, man.
Now, let me ask you this. Would you think that's their definition of a gangster?
They think that's a gangster. That's not a gangster. You thought it was a gangster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I got to start this fight right here. Who is that?
That's a gangster.
That's a gangster?
That's a real gangster.
Shout out to John Wilder Price. Man. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a gangster.
Right, which will make him a gangster?
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
I'm going to show what make him a gangster. Okay, watch this here. I'm going to show what make this dude a gangster.
I'm going to start some fire.
First, what make him a gangster, anybody that take the city, they call him the man downtown. Anybody that can manipulate the people and control the people by his ideas a real gangster. Watch this here. This was John Wilder Price slave card. This was his slave card that he put out. Most people that don't know no better, whatever he say, this is who they vote for. Y'all didn't know that, right? Watch this here. Notice that he got John Cruz right here. He didn't have Amber Gibbons on there. He lost.
He didn't have Miss Gibbons over there?
But
y'all know I'm finna start some mess.
Oh, watch it up. What? Notice he didn't got Jasmine Crockett on there.
No, not Miss Crockett. You got Miss Crockett on there?
Not at all.
Oh, man. What the fuck going on right here, man?
Nah. Listen. Let me wake the people up. But because we're ignorant people, we don't know the real gangsters. A gangster calls shots. A gangster get out of stuff that we wonder how in the world he get out of it, but we didn't get out of it. You see what I'm saying? So these kind of people that we're not aware of because we don't know no better. For 40 years, this man been in office running the city. A gangster run something. So when you ignorant to this, you don't know what's going on. And so a lot of people, I wasn't woke to him. My wife got into politics.
Oh, he been in there for a long time.
Been in for a long time. But watch here. Let's get
well respected in the community.
Well respected in the community. But if you go down here.
Yeah, so shout out to Dwayne Caraway. Pull your goddamn pants up.
Everybody on this list, I'm going to say this. Everybody on this list ain't bad people. But if you don't know politics, you get caught up in the system. And I think that a gangster is somebody that uses people for their own glory. And somebody that take control over the mind of the people. And they have them doing stuff that they wouldn't do themselves. So a real gangster is somebody that calls shots. And he is a gangster. He called them shots. He called them shots in the city that ain't benefiting the people, but it benefit him. Wow. But everybody's scared of him. They don't want to, they feel like I ain't gonna be a lawyer, man, I ain't gonna be a judge, I ain't gonna be a constant police. So most of these people support the gangster because they feel like the gangster is what get them in office. In so many ways, he do get people in office.
You know, it's funny because even when you watch like shows like The Wire, right? Politics, gangsters, they always kind of coincide. They go together. They coexist together.
Yeah.
Even it seems like the top level street dude always has to have some level of law enforcement on his side in order to be able to be successful.
All the mobsters have done it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean.
So that's why I'm always very confused, right? When people talk about we don't talk to the police, when a lot of the gangsters always had police. So I don't really understand that, but so for
a lot of them broke gangster codes and gang snitches. I'm talking about hierarchy mobsters and stuff. So there's a code to.
Do we got at this point? At this point, should we just abolish the code? Should we rewrite the code? Honest opinion, though.
Oh, I like that, man.
I like it too.
I
like it. I'm like,
but Jeff,
how you gonna do that?
I never respect the code.
Why is that?
Because I always been my own man.
See, and that's
everything I did that was stupid, I did it out of surviving mode.
Right.
If I rob people, I did it because I'm in self-doubt. My mama raising 6 kids by herself. I'm trying to help her out. If I sold dope, I did it to get out the hood. I never been the kind of person I seen what another man do and I want to be like him. I always thought I was the people's champ. So I never been that kind of guy. So when I seen guys in prison join gangs, I knew why they joined it. Majority of them joined it out of protection. They can say whatever they want to say. Most guys that join gangs ain't real men. They can say, well, I don't care who they is. I never saw a real man join the gang. I never saw it. They can say whatever they want to say. I never saw a real man join a gang. I don't care how tough he is. If you join a gang, it called protection. When you join, you looking for help. Anytime you join something for what? Think about it. What's the reason? Unless you join a gang that benefit the people, that's different. Because Jesus started the first 12 disciple gang. He had a gang. That's different if you're doing something positive. But anybody that's doing something negative, all of them is operating in fear. A real man, stand alone. I don't care how you try to put it. I don't care how tough you think you is. To me, a real man would never join a negative gang. Not a real man.
I always heard that the gangsters are the ones that make the rules. What do you think about that quote?
What rule they making?
Yeah,
I'm saying, but like, you know how like people say like, these are the laws, these are the, I heard somebody say, man, the gangsters are the ones that make the rules. So they the one, nigga, we create the rules. What do you say about that statement that this is what somebody has said before?
That's in so many ways, they do because people fear. See, gangsters designed to force you to do something that you don't want to do.
Right.
And so out of fear, they act tough. They make people think I'm crazy. I'm gonna kill you. You don't do this. Like Pooh Shiesty, he felt like he a gangster. I'm gonna make you sign this. You see what I'm saying? Not knowing that's a crash dummy because you're on camera. And just like this guy, you know, he made the decision. He made the decision in Dallas. So a lot of time people fear this man. And by fearing this man, and then you got our elder people that's older, they don't know no better. They just going, because they started out like they with us, but people started benefiting themselves, and so they switch out on you. That's in anything, man. I believe in my heart, though. I believe that gang started out in a positive focus at first. Right. I think that somewhere it switched up. I think they did it to survive because in so many ways I had to correct myself. And I ain't got no problem correcting myself. I formed the gang in prison, but I didn't know it was a gang. I told guys that if y'all don't help the blacks, I told the black, we stick together. If we got the Mexicans, we got the whites, they're against us. So if y'all don't get down when we get out, then we're gonna get out on y'all. So in a way, it was a gang, but it wasn't a gang by name, it was a gang by surviving. And so I told dudes, hey, this is how we're gonna survive. I don't have a problem with brothers coming together. I don't have a problem with unity. I have a problem with when you take your unity and you destroy my people with it, and you kill my black man, you kill my brother. I don't want to hear about how tough you is because you go shoot another brother. You know, show me how tough you is when it come down to the with other race that come against us. Then talk to me. But killing a black man on black man, set your stupid self down. You was a clown to me. You a clown.
Now, this one thing I want to ask y'all, right? Because I really sat back and thought about this, and I was like, man, I can't recall the last time I seen a rock artist walk another rock artist down, shoot him on camera. We are now witnessing rappers kill rappers, rappers shoot rappers, rappers rob rappers, and it's like, bro, this don't happen nowhere else, bro. Mm-hmm. Does that bug y'all at all?
Yeah, like, who doing what? And it seems like our people doing the most crash dummy stuff.
I'm talking about beyond crash.
We're allowed to be in our young people's music because music is a powerful force. It's a powerful influence.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it does have what you call energy behind it.
That's right.
And if you're entertaining death, or you're entertaining karma, or you entertaining something that's of evil behavior or devilish behavior, then you're gonna reap karma. You're gonna dig into that karma.
You talking like a priest.
And so
talking like a
I'm talking like a priest. Thank you, sir. It's good to be approved.
I'm gonna put your crown on now.
Okay, you're gonna put my crown. Okay. But I'm just saying, when it comes to young men, again, they don't even think about the second step. They just thinking about crashing out. And to the young men, if there are any young men from 18 to 25, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying this because at one time I was a crash dummy. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to calculate and think 3 steps. If I do this, what's going to happen 3 steps later? And if you think of those 3 steps later, I can promise you and put money on it, you won't do that.
Watch this
what
here,
I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I'm
going to pick up on that.
Watch this, Jeff.
Just like when I got 40 years in prison, I did something stupid.
Go ahead, talk to him.
Run around with that pistol. When I got in that cell, reality came to me. Reality came to me. Everybody I thought was gonna be with me, down with me. Everybody that's in that little room, watch they tell it on each other. Watch they flip it. Everybody that's in that room, everything gonna unfold. You know why? Because they went in with them, but boy, they ain't trying to go out with them. You see what I'm saying? So in reality, it's gonna, Pooh Shiesty sitting up in that cell, he know he just got out, or he's about to like, man, I can't believe I did something this stupid. Man, I'm tripping. Dude looking at him, man, you tripped out. You was on top of the world. Let me tell y'all something about pride, ego, and try to pretend to be something that you're not. And some of you guys, I'm gonna be honest, some of them, you young, you ignorant. That's why I don't knock a lot of guys, I don't knock them, but you went with your daddy. They go to show you what kind of knowledge your daddy had. Your daddy, you brought a crab dummy with you. Your daddy should say, man, we ain't take no pistol. We don't need all these guys. Let's go and try to talk to them and go from there. Your daddy, you the road, come on, dad, I'm gonna go with you anyway. Come on, that nigga gonna sign this. He gonna sign this. You know what I'm saying?
His daddy's the one that printed out the release for him. And Kinko's.
Okay, why
that's how they got the
So his daddy didn't have no sense. Watch this. So here's the thing, man. Everybody can glorify you as a gangster, but when you locked up in that cell, it ain't no what the world think.
Yeah, facts.
The world ain't gonna help you do that time. Yeah. So everybody talking about
just you and God.
It's just you and God. And watch this. So nobody like reality. Like you gonna have people that's listening at this broadcast right now. They gonna say something stupid on the feed. Oh, that nigga snitch. Or he da. Them the fake ones. Them the one that you got to realize is the very one that would tell on their own mama if they get in a situation. I'm talking about reality. I ain't talking about no rap video. I ain't trying to impress no no internet view, no TikTok. This ain't nothing. When you in that cell and you facing that time, you ain't gonna never get out. Yeah, man, a lot of people talk that gangster talk, street code. It ain't no street code when you in front of that judge.
But this is what I do want to ask you, right? You did 40 years, like you said, you shot somebody broad day, right? Let's keep it real. Those type of stories follow you to the point where people might not even want to try you because, man, y'all heard, man, that boy right there. Let's talk about it.
Try me now. Watch it up.
I'm talking about maybe now, but I'm saying back then when that happened, I'm sure that put a certain light over you where it made people was like, oh, that's a gangster right there.
Yeah, so they did.
They would consider that.
And you reap some of those benefits from quote unquote.
Okay, okay, now, Jeff, that's smart. I see how you dig that out. Okay, let me share something with you. Even today, I have people go around say stuff about me today, from prison to what I done. I'm gonna be real with you, Jeff. I'm gonna be all the way 100% real with you since I'm not perfect. If you practice something so long, you'll become it. So even today, I got to watch what I do. I watch who I hang around. I pray. I try to keep, because that old man always trying to tell you, hey man, they don't know who you is. They don't know what you'll do or what you used to do. So if you have a belief system or religion that say, if he disrespect me, I have to check him, I got to fight myself. My worst enemy ain't the dudes outside of me. My worst enemy is me, man. I got to watch what Eli decide to do. That's why I stay in church. That's why I pray. That's why I try to put myself around positive people. Because if I ain't thinking on a bad day, y'all gonna say, I thought he was dead. You see what I'm saying? So when you've been brought up a certain way, you can get caught up. And shoot, a couple days ago, I was in a bad place. I was thinking about being little Eli again. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. But in my heart,
I had to come.
Yeah, he had to calm me down. He had to calm me.
I had to talk. But God is working on all
I hate
of it.
myself.
Yeah.
I hate the old man because I've been brought up in a system.
Yeah.
What do it look like when I know you in my face running your mouth and I know I can whoop you? You see what I'm saying? I know I can knock you out. So because I know what I can do to you, do I respond to it? Or I can say I know what I can do to you and walk away from it.
So I like the question you asked earlier, right? You posed the question, if you was Gucci Man, what would you do, right? Because I think that's the part that people are struggling with, right? You have somebody who puts a gun to your head, right? Let's just take the contract out of it. Let's take that whole situation out of it. You have somebody in your congregation, but I'm just making the equivalency, that does something that crazy to you, right? Like, at that point, we're just talking about as a man.
Let's be real.
I'm talking about as a man, you might feel like you have to do something, or you know what I'm saying?
He ought to be glad Gucci Man ain't killed him.
And that's my point. So
Look. You done put a gun in my head, man. You done came in my studio. You done disrespect me. He ought to be glad he walked out of there. Folk want to act like they so tough and all that. He ought to be glad. If Gucci Man would have killed him, they would have said, man, you a fool. He done tripped out. Watch this. I'm going to tell you something, man. When you at a status in life to where you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them police in his life. Let them, that's what the law for. You see what I'm saying? I used to go by the street code. I'm not living by the street code. The street code don't pay my bill. The street code ain't gonna keep me and my family together.
But you are a preacher now, right?
I'm a preacher now, even if I wasn't a preacher.
But what I'm saying is Gucci Mane's an active rapper. And
that's where to be a gangster.
And that's where
that's
the conundrum is coming from.
Okay, watch this here. Watch this here. Even though he act as he the toughest gangster in the world, watch this here. Watch this here. If he was all that, as people say he is, Pooh Shiesty wouldn't have tried. You said something to me. Everybody don't try Eli. You know why? Because they know it's a capability. They might pull that old man back out. They not crazy.
That's a good point.
People in the street, they know, oh man, I've seen him under certain pressure. He'll act a certain way. And that is true. I got a confession. That is true. I ain't gonna underestimate this man. Because any man under pressure, the Bible said the mind is deceitful and wicked, who can know it? You don't know what you'll do. But if you have a chance enough to think and you cool down, you might make a positive decision.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the world today, it ain't no more real brothers out here, man.
Right.
Everybody living off a fantasy, a false fantasy to the point it'll cost them their life. And so Gucci Man, I respect whatever he had to do to stay with his family. Whatever he got to do to stay alive and stay on the street, man, do it, man. Forget these folks, because at the end of the day, them folks can't do nothing for you, man. Y'all tripping. I don't care about what they think. I don't care. This man came and violated me, man. And if he violate me, he ought to be glad he walked out walking. Gucci Man got enough money. He could have, I don't even know how he got, I guess Gucci Man had his arm down because he didn't think he was going to come in like that.
Some of the fans are saying, I've been hearing in the streets, some of the streets are saying the old Gucci Man would have got down with it would have been what it is. I don't think nobody would have got out of there alive. But they saying the new Gucci Man is a clone.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might like, man, I don't know.
You said, I don't know. How much do you think underestimation is playing a part in some of this shit? Like, people are underestimating people.
Man, a lot, man.
Yeah. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of, hearsay, because it was only so many people there, and so many people to watch what really happened.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I can put some money on that it's a pre-story prior to that incident even manifesting. It's got to be a whole lot of stuff to it, and some people know about that. But I'm gonna leave it at that.
Jeff,
but it happened in Dallas. That's why we're talking about it.
Can I say this, Jeff?
Yeah.
And y'all can cut it out the thing if you want to.
I'm tripping on that.
Because I just like to speak reality.
Yeah. Talk to me.
I remember me and Charles and White went to a restaurant together. I'll never forget it. We went out to eat. And Charles and White was looking at the dude. He's standing by me. He looking at the dude. He asked the guy, "Do you know me?" Dude said, "Huh?" I looking at Charles White. I said, "What you talking about, man?" He said, "Do you know me?" That dude said, "No, I don't know you, but I'm thinking you." He said, "Then why are you looking at me?" Then was Charles White said, "Nah." And I said, "Charles White, you need to chill, man. What this?" And the guy said, "No, I'm looking at you because you look like that guy named Charles and White." Watch this here. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but this is true. Man, I done been around all kind of people in my life, man. I've been around serial killer. I've been around retarded people. I've been around fool, Charles and White. People can say whatever they want to say. Everybody say he'd be dead by now. I mean, he'd be what they call smothered by now. Watch this. If you catch him on a bad day, I'm gotta tell you the truth. He's not acting in a certain way. He got a mental problem for real. A lot of people don't know. I know him. You see what I'm saying? You have to do something to him. There's some people
triggering.
You have to do something to them.
Right.
The only reason why they're alive is because of the grace of God.
Right. Right.
The only reason why they're alive is because of the grace of God. Anybody that go up in a neighborhood and tell Crips and Blood, we're going to die today, and stand up in their hood calling them out, you think they normal? You think they pretend? No. So I tell a lot of people all the time, I say, hey man, if you take out Charles White, you a fool. Cause he don't know no better. There's some people you got to look over. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
There's some people you got to have common sense. No, what I'm saying. So I don't have a problem with him. Cause I know that people don't know him.
Yeah.
People think, like when you chunk that thing at that man, he that. You know why he got that? Cause he crazy. Now watch this. Here's my thing. Some people know you crazy. They don't mess with you.
Yeah.
Watch this. Gucci man, Hoochie man, whatever y'all call them. Man, none of them dudes ain't no really gangster, man. Please, y'all, please stop making these guys thinking they tough. These dudes got money now. Everybody got money on the internet. The fans making them look tough. Yeah. They ain't no different from nobody else. They get in that room back there with them folks and putting them pictures in front and say, we're going to see you in the penitentiary. They be back there, oh man, hold up, man. Let me call my lawyer. Let me call my mama, man. Let me call my mama, man. They the same kind of guy. So they just got money and they look like they tougher than what they is. Money make anybody look bad, man, like they tough. Money make you look like you're a gorilla, man.
I'm going to see if y'all want to, I'm going to see if they're going to touch on this one there. Jay Prince Jr., they keep saying that he's making his dad look bad because of the antics and things that he is doing. We just seen a situation where
I know about Jay Prince. Let me tell you something. Before Jane got like it was when he had to get up, but watch it. These back in the day when we was back in the day with him. Let me tell you something, man. Any kid trying to make his dad look like Jay Prince, well, he got to be at a point to where you're a grown man. You got a kid trying to represent y'all labor or Houston. You got to think about it. What's going to end up happening, he going to end up, if he don't wake up, he going to either lose his son in the streets or lose him in the system. Why? Because he making crash dummy moves. But your dad done set a foundation, man. Y'all got it going on. You don't need to try to play in the street. Like T.I.'s son was running around acting like they little young. Y'all young guys ain't really been through nothing, man. You came up blessed. You ain't got to get out here and pretend to be something. T.I. checked them. T.I. kept it real. You ain't got to be out here. Man, get you some money. Why are you out here trying to act like you to live this life? Your daddy lived that life for you. Your daddy came out the streets, man. Nobody want real stuff. No, I'm just a gangster. I'm gangster too, man. You know what I'm saying? My daddy, come on, man. Y'all stop playing. Because you don't know what you don't know what it's like to have your lights cut off. You don't know what it's like when you don't know how you're gonna get your next meal, who you gonna stay with. You don't know what it's like to see somebody get robbed and killed in front of you. You don't know what it's like to go through some real stuff and you talking about you a gangster because you got a gun in your hand. Man, y'all play too much, man. Because you run around with a bunch of dudes that's going to tet it on you when y'all get caught.
Yeah, I agree. I had to add on that just a little bit about that if his dad is a mentor to him and he has Jay Prince Jr. But I'm saying his dad laid back. But I'm saying his dad laid back. What I'm saying is he's the heir to the throne. And so basically, I would be trying to find out more ways to take the company to higher heights, should sign new artists, just do that type of stuff. But I'm saying modify or remodify the business or modernize it to 2026 going into 2027, then focus on street activity or trying to prove themselves to the streets or whatever like that, or just entertaining antics. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Get to the business, because to me, his father was a businessman at the end of the day. He just come from the streets. That's all it is.
He's a businessman for real.
Yeah, he's a businessman. So I'm pretty sure
boy was broke for a long time.
If his son sit down enough to listen to his father will give him more business sense. as well as, mix it with street sense, but focus more on business.
Yeah, we talking about,
create
bro.
legacies.
We got takeoff situation. We got the NBA Ben 10 situation. We got the other girl that was gambling.
So there's too much going on.
It's a lot. It's a lot surrounding that scenario.
But people glorify in evil though. Jeff, you got to remember the Bible said in the last day they gonna love those that do evil. Evil sell. You don't have bad news, you ain't got no news. You see what I'm saying? So everybody. If it ain't nothing, I'm gonna show you what we do, man. This is a fact. Every time you see somebody getting stumped, jump on, everybody pull their camera out.
Nobody stopping it no more.
You don't hardly see it, but ain't nobody stopping no more. Yeah. They glorify. They instead of them breaking up, hear somebody getting killed where they can go viral. Watch it.
Nobody stopping it. It used to be back in the day. Hey, stop that. Y'all don't need to do that.
For a viral moment, people will sell their soul for a jelly roll, man.
Man,
for a viral moment, man.
They used to. This is what I want to ask y'all, right? Because as a kid, right, Revelation used to just really, I used to read that and just be astonished, right? Do you feel like this right here that we have in is this the mark of the beast?
I knew you were going to say that. It is a mark of the beast. We can't get around it. Because we
talking about the cell phone, by the way.
This cell phone. But it become an idol. It become an item when you put it before God. Now watch this. We know technology is going to exist, but this could be the mark of the beast for this simple fact here. You ain't going to be able to do nothing without your phone. Everybody going to end up paying bills here. Your money going to be here. Everything right here. Control. The one world order is right here in this phone. But here's the thing, though, that we don't understand. Some people call this a telephone. I call it a heliphone.
Break that down.
The heliphone, if you don't use it right, you'll find yourself in hell with this phone. And a lot of people don't catch it. They don't understand it. We got to be very careful by this because this can control us. We spend hours and hours on our phone and we don't spend time with our family. We don't spend time in our marriage. We don't spend time with God. But this get more time and more love. Ooh, man. We make more love to our phone than anything, man. We married to our phone more than we married to anything.
You know what? Again, 70, baby. It's just, to me, the world just evolving. You know what I'm saying? Even beyond the spiritual aspect of it or the text aspect of it. I remember a cartoon I grew up on called The Jetsons. That was the first time I ever seen that little white boy, Elroy, have a cell phone. He was FaceTiming his parent. He had his flat screen. And to me, I was, whoa. It was just amazing to me. I've never seen nothing like that in my life. Right. Flying cars, Uber. All that. Uber, when somebody come pick them up. I'm just saying, I seen all that. So Revelation to me, I believe, even from a biblical text, from a spiritual text, emotional text, or any text, it's just the world evolving and repeating itself. That's all it is.
But nobody sees it.
I believe a lot of those accounts in the Bible, if it has was an account, have already happened.
Man, even if it already happened, it said in the last days, man would be lover of
even himself. The last days in the Bible already happened.
It said man would be lover of money than the things of God.
They've always done that.
Money, listen what you. But they're doing it. It said they gonna.
The Babylonians did that.
Okay, even if they done it, everybody holler cause history repeat itself. Don't make it not
the
a fact.
World ended by Noah.
If I say
didn't Noah the boat
you wrote black
the world. We started the world off
okay,
people.
But I'm saying you wrote black before, right?
Okay,
you wrote black before, right?
I wrote black before.
If I say you gonna wear it tomorrow, that means you gonna say history repeat itself because you wrote black again.
If I wear this tomorrow, I repeated itself.
No, I'm gonna tell you why.
Why come that?
Because it wasn't the same date and the same time.
Oh, I don't get that.
You just wrote black. I know you can't think that deep.
I just know history is something in the past.
No. There's always something related to something that somebody already done. There's always something that somebody done did. Don't change the fact. Right until you lied yesterday, somebody lied 10 years ago. That same lie you done told. That don't change.
There's a lie repeating itself.
Okay, so
what were you talking about?
Well, I'm telling you because it repeat itself, it don't change the facts.
Oh, nobody said it.
Okay, yeah, but I'm just saying. So what you said, we talk about mankind. I'm talking about how men do what they do. Men lover of themselves, man. I'm gonna tell you, the strongest thing that's going on in the world today, money is the root of all evil, man. And people do anything for money. You see how people risk their lives for money?
What are some of the things that you feel like? This might be a Dooney question first, right? Because you're real big on history and stuff. What are some of the things that you've read in the text that you actually feel like you are seeing in the world?
Everything in the text. In the text, I say that when I say everything, I'm talking about even the characteristics of a man, because it's been recorded, because man recorded it. Man recorded what he's seen, because we are the manifestation of God. Man has never seen God. Man have only been explained to that there is a God. And if there is a God, this is his name. It's Jesus. It's Yahweh. It's Allah. Man can only be taught that there is a God. Man wasn't born to say it was God, because God itself is already in us. We are gods. We're connected to that divine being. Now this is a text, but the text itself repeats itself. And then it contradicts itself. You know what I'm saying? But it has good moral principles. It has good principles you can subtract from it and apply to your life.
How it contradict itself?
Contradict itself.
I'm talking about any book. You talking about? What,
no, we're just talking about the Bible.
Tell me one. Okay, you said the Bible. Since you bring up the Bible, what contradiction that you see in the Bible? Give me one.
First contradiction is that no one in there ever existed. It's history, this biblical history, which is not. Now hold on, I gotta explain to you. It's not real history. So no one in the Bible, from Adam to John to whoever you want to pull out the Bible, you can't find not one gravesite or not one bone structure or anything on them that was them.
Did you graduate from school?
Yeah, I graduated from school.
Answer my question. And let me say it over. Let me go slow with it. Tell me one contradict in this Bible that you said contradict itself.
I just told you.
No,
all
you
of
tell
it.
me what the,
it's contradictory. I just told you.
You
all
told
the
me something
contradictions
about
of it. It explains about Jesus. It explains about Noah.
What it say?
You know what I'm saying?
What's contradiction?
All of it. It's allegorical stories. It contradicts itself.
That's not contradiction. That don't know what that word means. That don't know what contradiction.
It's allegorical.
That don't even, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yes,
man.
I do. It contradicts itself. It's
tell me one thing. You tell me what you don't believe,
but it don't mean this, and then it tells you that.
That's not a contradiction.
Yeah,
what's wrong with you, man?
But the book itself. Literally, you got to listen to me. I want you to hear me, because I don't really want to get on this subject a lot. No. This book is allegorical.
Even if it's allegorical, tell me one contradiction in that book.
Fairy tale stories.
Tell me one fairy tale story, whatever you call it, that you said contradict. Just give me one.
There are fairy tale stories that has morals and principles in them. That's all. The allegorical story. They never existed in real history.
Okay.
It's not world history. It's just biblical literature.
You're not answering.
So a lot of it in there, it contradicts itself.
Okay.
A lot of it.
Give me one. Okay, listen. You said a lot of it. All I asked you, give me one.
Okay, one is Genesis. Let's go. If he want to go
give me
there.
one.
Genesis, they got it in there because Bible means just collection of books, right? It's just many books. Genesis, they got in there as the first book. Well, Genesis wasn't even the first book wrote.
What you mean?
It wasn't.
That's not a contradiction.
It was contradictory. Exodus was the first book wrote, but someone had to come up with Genesis. So who came up with Genesis? And you didn't even know that Moses supposedly had wrote the first 5 books of the Bible. So we're not going to talk about this again. Did Moses write the first 5 books of the Bible? What is that? What is the first 5 books of the Bible called? It's called the Pentateuch. Now, we're not going to go there on that scholarship, but to answer your question, This is just, it repeats itself, man. The attributes of good and evil in what people practice, people are brought up on, people are exposed to. But religion itself separates us. You know, because I love this brother. But it's the religion that separates us, because he just keep trying to save me. And I don't know why when I'm already saved.
Okay.
And like I said before, God has hit me. I was born with God. I was taught religion. We all were. There's nothing wrong with religion.
Can I shake your hand something? I know
you want to shake my hand?
You want to look small.
I got to take him.
Let me say something. Let me say something.
Go ahead.
I asked this man to show me one contradiction in this Bible, which means something said over here and it said something different over there. Mm-hmm. He was not able to take me there because he knows it's not there.
I know a lot of people love to take me there.
It's no man was able to come and take this book and show me a contradiction. Here's what he's saying.
Oh, watch what
he's trying to say.
No,
I'm asking you short term. I give you $1,000. You show me a contradiction in this book. I give
y'all
you
hear that? The next time you hear that, right?
Hold on.
Okay, because right now that's how
I'm gonna show you why he lying. Look here. Watch this. I'm gonna give you $1,000. Yeah, you show me one contradiction in that Bible right here. You gonna give $1,000. Show it to me. Who ain't gonna take that $1,000?
We got the Bishop Eli challenge.
We got the Bishop Eli challenge.
Yeah.
I'm finna show him.
I'm sure he ain't gonna show me one. Get there. Yeah.
Here, hold
No,
that.
so I ain't got to. I'm
I ain't gonna show
right
me one.
I ain't want to take.
That's all I need to show.
That's all you got to do. Is show it to me.
All right. Show him a contradiction. Right here.
Zoom in on the face.
You want to zoom in on it?
Hold on,
right here. I want you to zoom in.
Guys like this, I never see nobody so
The first one. Right here. In the beginning, the first one, in the beginning, God created heavens and the earth.
Okay, what's the contradiction?
There ain't no, God never created heaven and the earth. It already exists.
That's so retarded.
Yeah. It's a contradiction. It already exists.
Show me something that said different from what you just read.
I just told you it already exists.
Listen,
this is a book. This is a book that somebody. This is a book that somebody that translated. That came from.
I don't care if a monkey wrote it. Show me one thing that the monkey wrote wrong.
You know why? Let me ask y'all why he's digging. I got to tell y'all this. And I don't even want his money. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people can show you different ones. I can show you different ones, but I don't want your money. Man. And I don't want to put you on the spot like that. When somebody is unsure about what they believe in, they're always asking questions. And me and him had these discussions all the time off camera. And what he's doing, he's searching because he's still trying to defend something that has no validation, that has no actual proof that was made. It's a copy of copies of copies of copies. And I let him and Captain Tazariot go that day is because Captain Tazariot, no, that shit right there. That's your daddy.
I whooped your daddy.
Okay.
I had a fun whooping your dad.
Okay.
I had fun with your daddy.
The contradiction is
talking about black man on one going to heaven. It
contradicts itself many ways.
Then he said he is going. White man is going to heaven.
God loves. You can take all different type of scriptures in there where God hates, God loves, where God kills, God don't kill. It just contradicts. And so man has always been contradictory when it comes to God because man created God. God didn't create man. And so he steady trying to find a God that he can attach himself to, not knowing that he is God. So he's just still trying to defend this book. I don't even want his money. I don't even want nobody to come take his money. All contradictions. Just he's searching for the truth and he's finding it. And I love it, something now.
Okay, let me share something.
You keep fucking with me, you're gonna find the truth.
Let me share something with y'all, man. I met brothers like this all the time. Everybody holler about they deep, how educated they is. They got all these titles, but they can't show you one contradiction in this book. I haven't met a man yet. I never had a man yet. So contradiction, anytime the Bible says something and you go somewhere else and they saying something different. Not a misprint, a contradiction. If it said Jesus died and somewhere else in the Bible say he didn't die. So these guys come and they challenge the book that they think they got history behind. They try to tell you that he said the first book was
it was Genesis.
Genesis.
But it was actually Exodus.
I'm sorry. He said Exodus. Let me show you how ignorant that is. It never was a book. These is letters. These are Dead Sea Scrolls. These epistles. These was letters that was wrote. And what they did, they came along and they put certain letters together. And this is how they came
with timelines.
About. Okay, with timeline, whatever. And they came about and they put it in a book form. But it never was a book. Got them that
but this is healthy though. This is healthy because I think we all go through a situation where something rocks us to make us question. And
I like the question.
And if we don't, it's like we live on this plane where we think we're right until something challenges our beliefs.
I love it
wholeheartedly.
I love challenge because first of all, before I even got into the Bible, I studied Islam, Nation Islam 5%.
What is the difference?
The difference.
I'm just curious because we never. It's so funny. We always hear about people challenging Christianity, but we never see people challenge any other religion as tough as we challenge.
Please let me go there. Please let me go there. Woo, let me tell you why.
Wait a minute. The difference is they all believe in. No, you keep on. You're going to get this consciousness. But you're going to get it. The difference is they.
Now, let me say something. Let me answer. You talk for a minute. The difference is when you study the law, you got two different religions. You have all of the same. Everybody come from a form of law. And you have the Judaism, you have Islam. And you say, what's the difference? The difference is you got those that choose to put themselves under the law. They're trying to approach God under the law. You got two types of insurance. You got liability and you got full cover. Under the Christian faith, we don't think that we can save ourselves. We think that we have to go through a savior. We think that our righteousness standing before God is not good enough. Since God is so holy, like we say he is, then therefore how can men approach a holy God? Some people think they good enough. They feel like God gonna have to accept me for who I am. So when you as a Christian, you get atonement for your sin. Atonement means that in the custom of Judaism, in the custom of Islam, they all get atonement for their sins. So when they sin against God, they had to go get a lamb, a sheep, or something that had to die to replace the atonement for your sin. And a lot of people don't know what atonement means. That means that you have to sacrifice something when you sin against God. So in the Christian faith, we believe that Jesus is that sacrifice that our forefather did. Abraham done it. Moses done it. All these prophets that they say they believe in, they all did atonement for their sins. So if you ask a Muslim, how do he get atonement for their sins? He can't explain that, because the only thing he said, Allah award every good deeds for one, he give you 10. That's not atonement for your sin. They talking about where I repent and I ask God for forgiveness. That's not atonement for your sin. Atonement for your sin is when you sin against a holy God, you have to give your life up for that. And you don't give your life up for that, then therefore on Judgment Day, you have to do it on that day. So through the Christian faith, we have the law, we have grace, and we have atonement for our sin. For the Judaism, for the Muslim, they gonna stand before God according to the law. But here's the problem. Jesus said, if you broke the least of these laws, one of them, you're guilty of them all. So why would I take a risk to stand before God under the law when I can stand before God under grace in the law and I got Jesus? So that's the difference from being a person under the law and a person that's under grace. I got full cover insurance. We both got insurance, but their insurance is liability. That means that you're liable for whatever you do in this vehicle on earth, you're responsible for it. But if I go through Jesus, I got full cover just in case if I have a wreck, then Jesus can cover me for my sin. I got good coverage. You ain't got good coverage when you're under the law, because everybody breaks the law. I don't care if you call yourself a Muslim. I don't care if you call yourself a Jew. I don't care if you call yourself spirituality. Everybody breaks the law. I just choose to go through Jesus just in case.
So you can break the law. Listen,
no, not to break the law. Just in case I can get covered.
Y'all let him go all day long and preach that resurrection sign.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is, man, y'all know that even in the African text, the old African text, on the pyramids, the old African text, you got 42 admonitions or negative confessions of Ma'at. Okay?
How you know?
It's on the pyramid text. It's a
wonder
of the world. You gotta stay with me, bitch.
I'm just saying, how you know that?
How you know this Bible's true?
I just believe by faith.
Okay.
You
said by faith.
I believe by faith.
No. I don't
really know.
Well, I'm not going by faith.
So how you know?
I'm going by
I'm telling
facts.
the truth.
These are
What's
facts.
the fact? Well,
now
there?
The facts is it's a wonder of the world. You can go. It's a world history. It's not something like allegorical. But let me tell you. So you got 10 of those commandments come from those 42 admonitions of Ma'at. So what I'm saying is, even on the walls of the pyramid text at Giza and all these pyramids, these was allegorical stories. But the ancient Africans understood, and that's the knowledge. If I'm gonna go in any type of religion or spirituality, I'm gonna go into my ancient text. You know what I'm saying? Because this is just a copy from its peripheral of the ancient text. It's then went through different languages, different people.
Text?
Yes, we'll talk about that later. But I don't want to go there with I just want to let you know that we are all spiritual, we all born spirit, but we was taught religion. And I don't want to just keep going off on religion, because I want to talk about other issues in life too, because I love God. God loves me.
Well, he says one thing. This is the only book out of all books. But it separates. This is the only book been tapped.
No, they mess
they
with
don't take no other
Islam,
religion.
The Quran, they mess with Judaism.
Let me ask you this.
This is the only book
but can I tell you what separates the
Satan ain't gonna come against his own book.
The religion separates us all because they all had a different views on what God is to them and how they read about God in that particular text. That's why I said religion itself doesn't have love, because he ain't gonna want to work with a Muslim, and the Muslim ain't gonna want to work with him according to their faith. No, I'm just saying, you always attacking. You just went off on a Muslim a while ago.
I just said up under the law.
Yeah, up under the law. So they not right. So they going to hell?
Listen, without
they going to hell?
Wait, let me tell you something.
See? Can I answer that? That religion separates you from a brother.
You judging
Judaism.
I'm not going to let you get away with that. Let me answer the question, because I'm going to hell. Can I answer it?
But is they going to hell because they don't accept Jesus in their life? And I'm just
Jesus said, there was a man that said, how do I get to heaven? Jesus said, to keep this law,
Where you get that
love
scripture
God with all your might and all your strength. Watch this. And he said, if you do this, then the man broke. He said,
right.
give up money. He said, I don't want to give up the money. This is what the man said. He said, Jesus told him, he said, then you don't want to give up the money. You want to die. You lack of one thing.
Hold on.
He was a good example, but he never existed. I'm going to say, he said,
wait, you gotta watch that.
He said, if this is the only way, let me say this, Jeff, real quick. He said, if this is the only way, this is why we say this is the only way for me. I'm not telling you can't go through the law. Jesus said you can go through the law. You ain't got to go through Jesus. A lot of Christians ain't going to understand this. You ain't got to go to Jesus to get to God. You go through the law. But here's the problem.
You believe Jesus is conscious?
Let me finish, bro.
Jesus could be a conscious.
If you can't go through Jesus, you got to go through the law. The only way you can get to God is through the law. You can't break it. So if you're going to break the law, then how do you get to God? That's why Jesus said, I'm the way in truth and life. No man can come to the Father by me.
Yeah.
So
John
if you break the law, watch Bishop. So if you break the law, I'm going to say this to Jesus. That's why you're trying to cut me out, because you don't want people to hear the truth. Watch this. Watch this. The reason why we say Jesus is the only way is because Jesus is the only one fulfilled the law. He the only one that kept the law. So that's why we say he's the only way. Now, without Jesus, you don't have to go through Jesus. You can go through the law. The only problem is, if you break it, you lose out. But if you can keep the law and not break it, then you don't need Jesus. Yeah. I need to ask you one thing. Have you ever broke the law?
I broke the law when I was ignorant until I became aware of the law, which is consciousness.
So is you breaking it now?
What it is
you breaking the law now?
No, I don't feel like I'm breaking the law now.
Don't you smoke that kush?
Yeah, I smoke something that comes from the earth, but I don't want to say it because Texas got issues.
Don't you have more than one woman?
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with that.
I'm not saying don't you have more than one. I'm talking about you preach today.
I mean,
y'all want to live over that law?
Listen,
I want to listen.
I'm not converting anyone.
Didn't believe what he.
I'm not converting anyone to my church.
Trying to convert
anyone.
You still can be a freak and still make it happen.
You can be a freak and make it
happen.
You
still can be a freak.
Heaven is a consciousness.
I'm saying, but you still can be a freak.
You know what I'm saying?
You're a freaking preacher.
And the heaven to me is a woman.
Man, but anyway,
anyway, listen. That's my business. That's why we go back and forth with this, because we challenge you to challenge.
You got gay preachers, freaking preachers.
Well, yeah.
When's the last time y'all both been challenged and it actually made you think harder than, you know what I'm saying, where somebody said something to you where you were like, let me go research that, or let me consider that.
Because he's always searching. So behind camera, we always talking. Now he's always searching for answers and stuff like that. And like I said, he's on that search. Me, I'm no longer. I'm not compelled. I don't have some type of Roman attitude to go out and crusade and win people over to Christ no more. I was once there where he was, and anyone that has
ever never been where I was.
No, you gotta listen to me. Anybody that's ever followed me, followed Dooney the priest, would know I was in the streets real strong for Jesus Christ. I saved souls. I've said on big platforms. I did. You can Google me. Just put like this. Google me. You'll see my whole thing.
You were doing it for Dooney.
And so but see, God used the method of rap music. I was a gospel rapper. So now when it comes to me, like I said, I went on my own search and journeyed deeper into who God was. And I just come to find out that every time I looked at the end of a text or anything that I found to be factual truths, then I found the beginning, which is that it had a timeline on it, or it had a date on it that someone tampered with, added, or taken away. And so once I began to find facts on things, then faith, I believed in the facts. And so my belief system and mystery systems then began to become challenged. And so that's just where I'm at in life. He's not that. He just still on the Bible, and I get it. You know, I was there. Trust me. And that's my brother in Christ. But at the end of the day, our religions separate us as humans for being humans, from loving one another like God, I believe the true divine would want us to, and look beyond color. You know what I'm saying? But see us all in a spiritual aspect, or that God developed us like that. But we all get attached to certain things that separate us.
What you think happened after death? Where you going?
Don't nobody know.
Okay, where you think you're going?
I know my consciousness going back to where it came from.
Where it came from?
Well, that I don't know.
Shut up, man.
See, that's what another thing.
Make no sense.
Jeff, this is another thing. A lot of us are scared to just say we don't know.
So why are you talking about it?
What you mean what I'm talking about?
If you don't know where you're going, Why are you?
No, I didn't say I didn't know where
where you going?
My thing is, I didn't say I didn't know where I'm going.
Where you think you?
Well, I don't know where I'm going, but I know that I'm not going to a heaven or a hell.
Where you think you?
I'm going wherever I came from before we got here.
Where you think that is?
You know what I'm saying? We come from the blackness. You come from the blackness. Before you even knew who you was, you came from your mama womb. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody, my God, this is my mama and my daddy.
That what Cap said on his Cap. Cap said he came from his mama and daddy, and they mama and daddy. Who made the third mama and daddy?
Until Cap started talking about that Bible shit, he could just throw that shit in the trash.
Who made the third mama and daddy?
Who made the first mama? Biologically, shoot, they mom and dad made them.
Okay,
so
who made the first mom and dad?
I'm
sorry, crazy.
But you don't think that causes confusion too when it's like, let's say you got 3 well-articulate black men on the couch. All 3 of y'all have strong beliefs in 3 totally different things. And somebody watching it is like, I don't know.
But you know what?
Where to go with this shit.
I'm going to tell you why that's in everything in life.
Yeah.
Everybody going to grab something that they don't know. If you listen to this guy talk all the time, notice he always try to use big words.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He never,
don't agree with him. I don't always try to use big words. I try to increase my vocabulary.
He hide behind the unknown. So he used words that people are not familiar with. Watch this. So he challenged the Bible, but he cannot show you contradiction. He cannot prove that it's a lie. He said it's allegory. He said just a story.
He know I'm going to show him, though.
He has no facts of what he's saying. So a person that's not educated, a person that don't know about Jesus, a person that have not been born again, so they would not be able to understand. The Bible said the natural do not understand the spiritual thing, and spirit do not understand the natural. So when you talk to this guy, he try to sound educated, but the Bible said he'll take the foolish thing of the world. He take the foolish thing of God and take the foolish thing of the world and confine the wise. There are some wise people in the world that sound educated, but God said his foolishness of knowledge will make the wise thing that he said.
Jeff, y'all done opened up the conscious community. You know that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let it be known that just due to the street priest. No, I got to say this,
Go ahead.
I've been on this platform over 6-7 years now, and I was the first conscious mindset that sit on this couch. Let's get that understood right off the top. So everybody else that coming, because Reallyfe Street Starz, y'all putting out some fire now with their consciousness, you know. Shout out to the conscious community, man. Like I said, it's a lot of people would keep talking to you about that vision, but I'm talking about it's a whole world out there that's conscious, moving fast, man. I know. And they know that
well, you smoking weed facts, when you up on the TJ ministry.
Well, I smoking weed
back then.
I'm gonna tell you this. You gotta listen to me, Bishop.
Be real.
I was smoking weed all the way from 13 all the way up until
you ain't started smoking.
That I supposedly got delivered. You know what I'm saying, by the Holy Ghost and saved, and I put it down. And then here's another reason why I put it down. I had kids. So kids sometimes will have you not do things in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I'm trying to live a righteous life. You know, I'm asking a question. So I went through the whole phase of accepting Christ in my life.
What made you pick it back up? That's good. You stopped
picking what back up.
What made you smoke that Kush again?
Well, you know, I rather, if that's going to be my drug of choice, I like Kush. You know what I'm saying? I like weed. I like a little Goonja.
So you went back.
Bob Marley.
You went back. Hold up. You stopped smoking weed. Then you went back to smoking.
Bishop, I think 99% of the world is on drugs.
No, it's crazy.
You either taking, hold on, listen to me. You either taking pharmaceutical drugs, you either taking street drugs, you either taking drugs behind the counter, or you taking some type of herbal drug. You taking something to go on there.
I'm talking about the drug that's illegal.
No,
I ain't talking about the drug.
Illegal. What you think pharmacists is? They ain't number legal.
Okay. I'm talking about the drug that
they just tell you to take it, you're going to take it. Hey, your doctor told you to take some drugs.
Let's talk about Kush.
I'm going to say
we ain't talking about nobody.
If your doctor told you to take some drugs and you refuse to take those drugs, maybe marijuana might be the drug for some people. And I really pray that maybe one day because I'm all right, I'm healthy, but if I do get something, that it would I would have to go get the medicinal marijuana.
When you were the Christian,
you know what I'm saying? Because I would rather have marijuana. Hold on. I would rather smoke marijuana. The reason why I say this, the drug of my choice as a priest, is because you get tired of smoking marijuana before you overdose. You'll get tired of smoking marijuana before you overdose. Okay, but you can kill yourself behind a counter drug if you take too much of it.
Jeff,
Facts. Am I wrong? Now, I'm not condoning drugs. I said if you don't do drugs, don't do drugs. Right. Jeff, okay?
I want to apologize to the public. I want to apologize I want to apologize to all people.
You know who I want to blow with? I want to blow with Snoop Dogg one day. Snoop. What up, Snoop?
Can I
See,
say
I want
something?
to go on the West Coast.
Can I say
we
something?
gonna fly out to the West Coast. When we gonna
Okay,
fly to
can
the
I
West
talk
Coast?
to
Let's
you?
go hook up
Okay,
Snoop.
can I say something, please?
Okay.
Can I apologize to y'all, please? Do not blame us as men of God when you see priests with priest collar around their neck with these crosses.
I'm a street
This
priest.
do not represent God. Let me help somebody that never
I'm not a
been
priest
in
in the
church.
diocese.
Okay, yeah. Never
You
been
know
to
that,
church.
right?
Don't interrupt me.
Because you
I'ma let
said it.
y'all-
I like
respect
women.
it. I
I like
respect
pussy.
it. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
He say like women. No, listen.
All right.
I'm not knocking him. I done seen coochie preachers. I done seen gay preachers.
What's that?
I done seen hustling preachers that
Gotcha.
profit lie for your money and say God said this here. I done seen preachers that want to be famous. All those things is a gumbo of the devil. A real man of God represent God and serve his people. Now, I'm not saying what he is, but what I don't want to be. I don't want to come from the world and say I represent God and still have worldly ways. What I mean that if I'm a man that represents God, I want to respect my wife, I want to respect my brother, I want to respect myself.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And all I'm saying to you, even if you don't believe in my faith, will work for you if you've been a good man in your neighborhood, you take care of your family, you're not out there shooting your brothers on the street and talking about you're a gangster, you're not out there rapping, talking down on your sister, calling them H's and B's. If you're not running around robbing old folks and not taking care of your kids and leaving them struggling by themselves and treating your baby mama wrong, if you're not doing those things, then you got a good religion. But if your religion hurt your sister, hurt your brother, kill your own kind, if your religion, amen, make you take God's people and sift them and acting like you are God and they taking care of you and you're not serving them, you got the wrong religion. Because God did not call us out of darkness for the people to serve us. He called us out of darkness where God can be manifest in us. They can't see God. They ought to be able to see God in you. That's the God I want to serve. I don't want to serve no God that smoke kush. I don't want to serve no God that run around screwing more than 2 women.
Gotta be legal
at the same time. And we say gotta be legal.
Hey, you asked the question.
And he
asked the
said
question
he
about you got 3 guys up here that got 3 different opinions of
so
God.
we got different opinions.
Yeah.
But what works for us
fundamentally
is what's gonna help
we
the
believe
people. And that means all color. I don't want to serve no God that's against white man and like the black man. Against the black man, don't like the Chinese man. I want to serve God that look at all people the same. And I treat them as they my own. And I would lay my life down to be example and salt and light to them. I don't want to serve no God that tell me one race is above another race.
Now, can I have that God?
Because I've been through that. You can have that God.
Okay, I got that God. I just took it from. I got that God. Okay, that God is in me. Now, you asked the question about 3. You got 3 different opinions up here when it comes to God.
No, what it's more so like, take it off of y'all. I'm saying in life, right?
Somebody's
There's so
looking at
much information out there with so many people that look the part. Right? So like, I'll give you an example. There might be somebody who's Islamic or might be studying, Buddhism. You might have a Christian, but they all are selling the story good. So for people that are watching, it's very hard for them to figure out, well, man, they all look like
Let me just share my story, which I'm not trying to sell anything.
Right.
First of all, I don't have a congregation. I don't want a congregation because that whole desire has left when on the search and the knowledge that I found. You know what I'm saying? The truths that I found for myself. And when I found those truths, then I stopped looking at everyone else's faults and started to just focus on myself and I. Right. And as I focus on myself and I, then people ask questions. So I don't claim to be a religion. I don't claim to be a God in a sense of trying to lead people. In a sense, I don't claim to be a Moses. These are my sacred gear that reminds me of the school of thought that I've been through, the transitional consciousness that I've been walking through. Now, my ability and the way I carry myself may ignite someone in a bad way or a good way. It may trigger you to say, what the fuck is going on with him? Or it might trigger you to say, well, I see where he coming from. Or it might trigger you to say, no, I got to go see what that said in the Bible. Or it might, but that's my assignment, just to trigger that in you that's asking for questions deeper than what you was taught. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong, like I said again, with religions or the text that anyone would subscribe to when they're trying to find God or the attributes of God. There's nothing wrong with that. The only problem I got, or the only problem I see that in religions is that it hates another religion, or it looks down on another religion, or it talks down on another religion because it don't believe in the specific paganism of what they're believing in. Because paganism just basically means you don't believe in what I believe and how I believe in it. And so that's what makes a pagan. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got a problem with.
But real quick, because I do got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
I want y'all to touch on.
Yeah.
I want y'all to leave them with something, right? Because the theme of this, right, was street versus real man, right? And that's the theme of this particular situation, right? And we're watching real men and dudes that are coming from the streets not being able to elevate and grow, right? So I want you to talk to the man who has reached his 40s and 50s, right? But is coming from the streets and is still feeling like he has to abide by these rules that society has made for us to lose for real on.
Okay, let me say that, Jeff.
That's good. Good.
That's
question.
good. I like how you put that. That's very good. That's a system for everybody. That's a system in your home. There's a system in religion. That's a system within yourself. I always tell a man that I come from a system of struggling. I come from the system of the ghetto. I come from the system South Dallas Bonton Park Road. I come from that system of way of life. But to come out of that, I had to suffer. I had to go through some things. And so you ask a man, how do a man come from here? He's 40. How do he come from that boy stage to that man stage, to that intelligent person, to that person that don't go backwards no more? First of all, what worked for you, work for you. I only call facts is what worked for me. Like he said, he believed in the ancestors and all these different Egyptian teaching, and even if our forefather was taught that don't make it right, you can be taught a lie way back then. And so my point is that the Christian faith worked for me because I tried the eye for eye, tooth for a tooth. Under the law, it don't work for me. You knock my tooth out, I knock yours out. And so what works for a man, I don't knock Dooney for what he believed. I only question Dooney if what he doing will hurt our brothers and sisters. Long Dooney not doing nothing to hurt my brother and sister, I respect what he doing. And so the reason why some people say other religion put down other religion, no, I don't. There's only one truth. There's only one lie. Everybody came, it ain't more than one truth. Somebody lying. The problem is, how do you find that truth? So you can't say all religion is right. That's a setup.
No, I didn't say that.
No, you said that. No, I'm not talking about you no more. You can't say all religion is right. There's only one God, there's one faith, there's one everything. So
I believe.
How do you get to that truth? I think through experience. And I'm glad you said what you said. Somebody listening, looking at this broadcast, they're trying to figure out, they're trying to get to this God. They heard about the book. They heard about what the white man did. King James was a homosexual, Constantine, the Trinity, and all these different religions, different beliefs, and Nation Islam and Islam. Everybody coming to us with all kind of different beliefs. The best answer for that is to call on God yourself. He's not far from any one of us. This is what the Bible says. He said we are his offspring. God is not far from any one of us. How I came to God, not because my mama brought me up and my daddy taught. That's what people say. I was in that broken place and I asked God to give me a peace of mind. And so I came through God through this word. And so how he experienced God, that's his way. But I promise you, if you're really seeking out the God, God will find you where you at. So you don't need no man to come to you. He said, I write my law on all men's heart, but God will reveal this revelation to you. Now, a lot of things that Dooney said, he right. People ain't paying no attention. We are God. We ain't the big G God, but we are God because we're made in his image and we're made in his likeness. Everybody can call on God, but everybody don't know God ain't in everybody when it come down to his guidance and instruction. God created you, but to become a God man, you got to be born again. And you can't be born again in the natural way, but you got to be born again in the spiritual way because our nature is against God automatic. So if a man watching this broadcast, I can tell them this here, seek God on your own. I promise he'll find you where you at.
I like that. And that's why I like doing and being coexisting with Bishop because we are transparent like that. You know what I'm saying? And I like the way he challenges men to come and lay prostrate before God, because we got to find our inner self. We got to find out what's more supreme than us, that we can humble ourselves to lead and guide us. Now, you asked a question about, someone, let's say 25 to 45, that's kind of trying to find themselves, especially as a young man or a young woman. Well, we, now finna switch gears now from the priest to Dooney the barber, because I always say Dooney the barber. Well, shout out to the barber gang, red, white, and blue. Y'all know what's going on. The red, y'all know what the red means. And if y'all didn't know, the red in the barber pole means blood. And if you didn't know what the white mean in the barber pole, it means bandages. And if you didn't know what the blue mean in the barber pole, it means veins. Okay, so shout out to the barber gang, all the barbers out there. So I come to find out, as one of the oldest professions, that it was something that saved me from the streets. You know what I'm saying? If I transcend from religion for a second, to whereas I was a product of my community, growing up in Oak Cliff, to where, I was already stereotyped to become either subject to the system, either killing someone, getting killed, or going to jail. But barbering saved me. It was a talent that God gave me that I like to do when it can't come to cutting hair. And so my mom even spoke it. She said, you need to go to barber school. I think you got a gift for it. So I would say this to a lot of the barbers, you know what I'm saying? And they can attest to this, that barbering saved us from making a lot of bad decisions in the streets or being a product of our community. Because a lot of barbers will tell you, and I can promise you, probably in the hood all across America, the barber gang, I can promise you 80% of those guys that came from the streets. You know what I'm saying? And so shout out to the barber gang. And even in our barber profession, and because I'm a connoisseur of knowledge, and I got to wrap this up right here, Jeff, even in our profession, if you go to our Milady's book, our first chapter, the first barber ever, and anyone, correct me if I'm wrong, was called Mary Ma'at. Okay, the first comb, the first pick was found in Africa. And so even in barbering, it came from Africa. So that's why I always go back to the original text, because as I went through and perusal through text, then I come to find out that we transition through languages. And so we're speaking English now, which is, I know that's not my original language, but that's the language that I grew up in this culture. So if you follow the languages all the way back to its timelines, then you would find yourself, and it will point back to a lot of the Egyptian texts. So that's why I say, if I'm going to adopt any type of religion or any type of spirituality, I'd rather for it to be my ancient spirituality or religion. And even in this has allegorical stories.
Even if it's wrong.
So,
let me say something
and it's wrong.
about this.
But
I'm going to show them this about this here.
Oh, go
Y'all
ahead.
see this stuff
Talk
here? This called love of money.
Yeah.
A lot of people sell out for this.
Yeah.
Pastors sell out for this. Drug dealers sell out for this.
You're right.
And somebody might say, oh, he got money. Pastor must got it from the church. They'll say that about me too. But I got about 8 businesses, but I didn't get it from the church. I got it because I got off my lazy butt. Mm-hmm. I stopped selling drugs. I stopped robbing people. I started to get out there and use my big head to learn how to make legitimate money. But watch this here. Even this, you got to be careful, because this can become your God. Some people will sell their own family out for this. Some people, when they get money, they change. They act like they don't know the people who struggle with them, who came up with them. If this gonna change me, I ask God not let me make another dollar, because I love being me. So be careful when you let this change you. Be careful when you take somebody's life for this. Be careful when you put your whole risk, everything you got online for this. And some of you women, I don't know if you gold digger, be careful when you open your legs just for this. Be careful when you set somebody up and get them robbed and killed just for this. Be careful when you lay down everything that your mama taught you and you put it on a pole just for this. That's small-minded. And that's what people are doing. They'll do anything just for a piece of paper. Y'all play too much. Money don't make me, I make money.
You know, on that note.
You know what I'm saying?
And on that note, man, any shout outs?
Yeah, man, let me just shout out to Dooney's Academy, man. Like I said, we've changed lives. I've been a teacher now in the barbering industry for over close to 15 years, but I've been in the barbering industry over 30 years. And so now Dooney the Barber, you know, I got some things coming up to where I'm about to switch over to Dooney the Barber in a minute with my cowboy hat and my boots. But I would just say this, shout out to the barber game, man. And we have a lot of what you call, the reason I'm switching over to Dooney the Barber, because we have a lot of renegades and fugitives out there cutting hair. And a lot of y'all come out the pandemic era. And so a lot of y'all don't know that you have to have a license in the state of Texas to operate as a practitioner. And so me, as Dooney the Barber, I have to educate y'all. So y'all come tap in with me at Dooney's Academy, because them people are coming for you. Okay? And so get your license right. Anyone that's supporting the barber that don't have a license on that wall, then you need to probably ask your barber have that. No. I can't snitch. I got to tell the truth, because they come to me for knowledge. You know, this is a whole different game right here. It's a whole different game, Bishop. Hold on. I got a star on my chair. I'm going to serve in the state of Texas. Let me tell you something. And for you that have license already, it is time, when it's time for you to renew your license, you can go to DooneyCE.com to take your 4 hours or your 2 hours to get your completion in your CE, which is continued education. So again, all you barbers out there, if you need to help get your license, tap in with me at Dooney's Academy. But if you don't have your license, you need to get your license fast, because they coming for you. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to tdlr.gov and you will find out. All right, that part.
I want to give a shout out to some of you fake preachers. I hope y'all give your license up. And but I want to get a shout out to the young rappers. I don't really know them, but I like them. Yeah, I think they call it Zillionaire.
Yeah, Zillionaire though.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying that about you. I don't know you. Ain't trying to get no points off of you or none of that. But I'm saying I watch you, and I don't even watch hip hop really. But all your videos seem positive. You talking about getting something and doing something and helping other brothers. I wish a lot of brothers would learn from you. I don't like to see a bunch of videos where we killing out our own people. So Zillionaire, you're a smart young man. I can see you going up higher and higher, because you started putting in a lot of work, and every time I look up, you're doing something positive. So I love what you're doing. I saw you building houses and everything. So you
putting his money into some other places. Because rap don't last forever. So let me just tell them little rappers that don't last forever.
That's when you see a young man can be himself. And you already had potential. I can already tell before you even got in the rap game. You was born to be a leader. So, but that's a shout out to the rap. I want to say this shout out to Lil Boosie. I'm going to tell y'all, I like Lil Boosie. Yeah. I give a shout out to Lil Boosie, because I like how you stand up for the culture. I like how you stand up against same-sex marriage. I like that about you, and I respect you for that. And I know you try to be yourself. You try to stay out of certain things. So I give you a shout out. And I give a shout out to Reallyfe Street Starz.
Oh, because Real Life, y'all put a lot of people
nobody
on,
like y'all. No, it ain't nobody like y'all, man. Y'all the realest. Yeah. And I give a shout out to my beautiful wife, got the most beautiful wife in the world. And get a shout out to my baby, my kid. But listen, if you want to follow me at Bishop Eli Jacob, and that's how you find. I know I'm on TikTok, but I don't know how to do all this yet. But we're gonna get there. But follow me and listen. I give a shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for saving me from my own self.
They can follow me at Dooney's World. You know what I'm saying? I forgot to say that. And then let me just give a shout out to just DFW, man. Just the whole Metroplex when it comes to any type of artistry, whether it be R&B, whether it be rap, whether it be acting. I mean, we got so much talent coming out of DFW. And let me just say this to DFW. Don't let nobody stop you from popping your shit. Because DFW is hot. What do DFW stand for? Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah, we have our own domestic problems, but don't you let nobody tell you that you are not affecting the world. Because when I travel to go places, they love everything we doing down here.
Let's give a shout out to Dr. Freddie Haynes, my boy. I got to give you a shout out to Dr. Haynes. I love you, man. I'm glad you in the box, because I know you're going to make a difference.
Well, you got to give a shout out to Pastor Carter over there at Concord, Pastor Rush over there at
Pastor. We talking about he in a position.
Oh, in the politics.
Politics.
Oh, yeah. But Pastor
yeah.
Haynes is the new reformation of the black church, man. You know what I'm saying? But shout out
for
to
black church. He for everybody.
State of the mind for the black church and for everybody. But first black. Have you ever been to one of his sermons? I've been to church, and I tell you, he's black first. I be feeling like I want to like this when I walk out the church. But anyway, I get the word and I get Black Power movement. Shout out to Pastor Haynes, Concord Baptist Church. Y'all know what's going on, man. It's Dooney the Barber, Dooney the Priest. Thank God for Reallyfe Street Starz. Shout out to Jeff. Yeah. Shout out to Joker, Rook. Yeah. All y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out and thank y'all for, again, man, for just having us on your platform, because y'all have a big platform, bigger than what y'all think. I don't know if y'all don't know, but just coming from the shit, y'all have a big, powerful platform, and a lot of people want to get on y'all platform, man. So it's an honor, like Bishop said, it's an honor for us to be on this platform. And if you want to hear our voices, we here. But other than that, man, thank y'all, man. I'm grateful.
Love y'all.
And if y'all got anything for him, man, put it in the comments so that way the next time we can run that back and ask them some more questions, man. Because we didn't even go live today, man.
Tell what you want. Tell what you want.
Yeah, tag it in there, man. We're going to do it.
But shout out to everybody.
But this is the best part. Eli and Dooney, you are
a real life.